So we are at the Knott Hotel in Knott's Berry Farm, and I just got my bags checked in. It's about 9:30 in the morning, found my parking spot. There's the world's cleanest exterior of a vehicle for all my car wash viewers. Now let me tell you about the experience of actually getting checked in. First off, there was a greeter in the parking lot booth, which is right over there. You can kind of see it. Was very helpful lady. I forgot her name, but just beside the point. I then went to the front desk. I parked right in that little canopy right there so I could unload my stuff. Got my bags checked in. It's about 9:30 in the morning, so it's not time for me to check in yet. Checkout time is not until noon for the people who are already here. But I got my stuff checked in, and then while we're waiting, we're going to be spending some time in the theme park, me and my family. But the experience was very helpful. A guy named Keith checked me in at the front desk, was a very, very helpful guy. He took my baggage, and I can go reclaim it once the room is ready. So I'll go ahead and skip to that part now. Alright, so I just got my room key. Right now the baggage handlers are getting my bags from the closet, and they're going to send me up. They offered to deliver it, but it's for the sake of the video. I didn't want to get interrupted in the middle of it. I just opted to have the bags picked up down here. We are on the 3rd floor, so we'll walk over there in just a second. Third floor. Thank you, sir. Alright, so approaching the 3rd floor. And I forgot to check what room we're in, so let me check. This is apparently the ballroom floor, which is just down there. So apparently I got a good floor. Room 327. Okay. Put this down here for now. One thing I'll say right away is that these hallways look really nice. As I may have mentioned before, they just renovated this place. 327 will probably be down that way. They just renovated this place like a year ago. So we're probably in this corridor right here. There we go, 327. Let me go get my key out. Go right back here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some lights turned on, and then we'll get this room tour started. Alright, so we are going to start this tour with the security features. This is a first impression tour, as you may not have picked up, so I had no idea what's coming in this room. Got one solid working latch lock here, and take this off, and a working deadbolt. You get a peephole and your fire map. So we're well taken care of in the security department. Got a nice hallway lamp right here. And it looks like we have connecting doors, which do appear to be locked, so that's good. Guess we'll turn on these lights and see what there is to offer here. So it's interesting is that like you come in and the sink and hallway are like right here. And then there's the rest of the room. We'll get to that in a second. So right here is your closet. Looks like they do offer a safe. I'm not sure if they charge a fee to use that, so I'm not going to mess with it. But you probably could fit a nice handbag in here, or maybe if you put a laptop small enough face up, you could fit a laptop in here. Got an iron and ironing board. And you got a luggage rack right here. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the hair dryer, which I'm not going to use, obviously. Let's see how these doors slide. Kind of confusing. Do you get to close both of these? Can't remember. Is it going this way? Well, these doors are a little difficult to figure out, so there's a minor criticism there. Got the fire sprinkler. And this is a nice... Oh, hello, by the way. This is a very, very nice mirror. I've never seen anything like this in a hotel before. Oh, I see. So you can change the outside lights by touching this button here and then turn that on. Okay, that is cool. No idea what this is. You got some hand soap and lotion and a towel. Let's check the faucet. Works really nicely. tissue holder is in good condition and working just fine. And they looks like they cleaned under here too. Sometimes I've seen in other videos housekeepers will skip this part and cut corners, but there's no evidence of that here. Then you got your light switches here, which we talked about. And then we move on to the toilet and bathroom area. I'm sorry, and bathtub area. So you got, I like how they folded these. It makes it look very classy. Got a little painting of a tractor. These lights here, both of which are working. And I guess this is something about how you can save the planet by not washing your sheets all the time. Got a 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of, it looks like hand towels. I'll make that 8, excuse me, with the small ones on top. And then you got these bath towels for, you know, when you take a bath or shower. You get 4 of them, so there's no shortage of towels. Oh, and you get this one here too. I think this might actually just be a floor mat. I'll go ahead and set that down here for the time being. Got this door. Got the van, which is, I'm sorry, not the van, the fan that's putting out some nice air. Shower curtain rods in relatively good condition. It's not falling off the wall or anything. This slides nicely. And it looks like you get these these are designed so you can't really tamper with them, like they're mounted to the wall, but you get a body wash, conditioner, and shampoo. I like these as opposed to the little packets sometimes they'll give you. I don't like that when they do the packets. This I much prefer. And you got a Delta shower head, which has some decent amount of crust. I think that's calcium buildup, but that's very minor. I've seen much worse in different videos. These is in good condition. It's not loose or anything. You can adjust this. And now, got our faucets, which has a little bit of scuff marks here. I don't think this was wiped down. Like, you can barely see it, but if I can wipe it away with my finger. So I'm not sure if they just didn't get that, or I don't know. It doesn't look like they skipped that. They're a little bit stained, but they're not incredibly dirty, so. I'm assuming this is the emergency drain, so you overfill it. This will help drain it. And oh goodness. That is a one crusty drain cover. Let's see if it. Oh. Well, we were off to a good start, but the drain cover is broken. I wonder if you can just squeeze that back on here. If you can twist, I can screw that back in. Oh, see, look how hard that was to fix. Guys, think you could have maybe done a little bit better on that one, eh? Oh, I was like, how does this work? Well, now that I fixed the drain cover, it's actually not too bad. So, stuff like that really should not go overlooked, but it's such a minor point that I'll just mark it down like half a point for that. Okay, so got a bit of a cleanliness issue here. I didn't notice this until I felt it after I was done filming. There is signs that this area right here was not cleaned. Like there was a little tiny hair there, little specks of something, and I don't want to know what they are. So that's another strike for cleanliness. I mean, come on, guys, really? I mean, you can't wipe this down. Like, there's signs of marks and smudges. I mean, it's hard to see on camera, but it's there. Look, I found another one. Look at this. That's a pretty sizable hair. That means that they were cutting corners when they were cleaning this. Come on. I mean, you add to the hairs. I mentioned in the review, or I mentioned that the seat wasn't really cleaned. This side wasn't. This side is, but this side isn't. On top, this lid here too is also got signs of dust and smudges. I mean, why, guys? It just makes a really nice room kind of seem like it's badly maintained and ghetto in a way. It starts making you feel icky. I mean, it continues up here too. I mean, look at. You see that? I just made something fall off of it. I mean, this is such an easy thing to clean. You just and you wipe it down, and there you go. I've done this. I've done this cleaning stuff before, not on the hotel, but this is such an easy. I mean, look at this too. I mean, you could easily fix that with a spray cleaner. And there's like crust and gunk on this. I mean, none of this is a deal breaker for me because the rest of the room is much nicer than this bathroom, but this still isn't acceptable and something that should not be glossed over when you're booking a room here. Just make note of that. And I also want to point out, because I didn't notice this in editing and I should have, counter has some cleanliness problems. Like, see this giant smudge here? Again, really easy fix. And then you have this down here. Look at how filthy looking this is. I mean, it's not just scratched. I mean, there's signs of spotting here, which you can fix with a handheld cleaner. It doesn't look like this was wiped down. Just little things like that can start making things feel weird. Like look at the rest of the room throughout the video, and then you add this. It just kind of trashes up your impression of it. Anyway, let's move on. Let's test the water pressure. Oh, well, that turned to hot immediately. So, no shortage of hot water going on down here. So the shower, minus being, a little calcium here and all that, it's passable. But seriously, you gotta make sure that everything is set like that, although I can understand why maybe someone glanced over it and missed it. But I fixed it, so it's not the end of the world. Moving on to the rest of the room. So let's turn these on. Both bulbs work, that's great. The alarm clock is set, and I understand some business travelers, that's a pet peeve if you have to figure out how to set the stupid clock. I'm glad that they set that correctly. Get a hotel guest directory rather than a phone book. You'll just get a QR code. That's much more convenient. It makes the counter space look less cluttered without a giant phone book that you have to read through. We'll test out the TV in a second, but this is the remote for the TV, I think. And here is a old phone, which I just checked does work correctly, so we're good there. Got a little bit of storage areas down there. And then you got this here. Oh, it's interesting. I didn't notice this. You have these little hooks on this mirror. I really like that. That's a nice thing. Gives you extra place, maybe hang a handbag or something. That's all my junk here. This is the room key. You get 2 room keys per guest. And this is the LG Smart TV, which we will test in a second. Now let's see what we got going on down here. Got a Abs Cold, whatever brand that is, mini fridge, which is on. And I don't see a freezer. I don't know what that is, but I don't see a freezer compartment, so there's nothing to defrost. Yeah, this looks spotless. Pass on that. Now, these drawers, let's see if any guests left me some gifts. Well, you got your in-room coffee here, which I'm not going to use, but seems to be well organized. And then I think this is a single cup coffee maker, which is easier to keep clean in a hospitality setting. Alright, that's good. No presents on those drawers. Alright, not too shabby. Countertop looks like it was wiped down. This looks pretty much spotless. These stains are actually a part of the marble design, so don't let that fool you. And this lamp works fine. And now, for the view. So it looks like we're looking out at some sort of back patio. I'm sorry, this is a side patio. Because I remember when I got here, you might be able to see my car parked there somewhere. There she is. So at least I'll know I'll be able to see my car if it gets broken into. Knock on wood. But this looks like this is a sliding window that I don't know if it still opens, but it only opens to a degree because I have this mounted here. Oh, well, it's nice you can open it at least a little bit. It looks like there used to be a patio out here, but that obviously is no more. Or maybe it was just meant to be like that. And here, oh, this is great. So in some places I've seen with these like wall-mounted AC units, this one's made by Buena, heating and air conditioning. I don't know anything about brands, but I just say that for people who do know. Is that they actually added... Well, I was going to praise this, but this is broken. Come on, guys. Really? This is such an easy part to replace. Why just leave it broken like this? Unless this broke from the last guest. But seriously, that needs to get fixed. So I was actually editing this in post, and my parents have the connecting room over here. And wanted to show you that this is not a consistent issue between both the rooms. Like, mine's broken, this one looks like it was replaced. So yeah, there's definitely some consistency issues with that. So what I was trying to say, the purpose of this is, sometimes like the curtains would wave up because the air is pushing it. But what this was supposed to do, if it isn't broken, is it would place the curtains here to prevent it from getting blown up and letting all the light in like that. Now, if it was just fixed, if it was not broken, I'd be seeing a lot more positive things about that feature. So it looks like you have the controls mounted on the actual unit. You have an option for constant fan for those who like white noise to drown out any noise, which there is a tad bit of noise from the screams from the amusement park, but it's barely noticeable. But if you want to drown it out, there you go. We have constant fan option. I'm going to turn it down. It's pretty hot. It feels pretty sticky in here. I'm going to turn it on high. You have an off option, a cool option, and a heating option. And that's putting out nice, cool air. So, aside from this kind of being a wacky, broken thing that can easily be fixed, this isn't a bad AC unit. Now let's check the filters. I'm actually kind of nervous. Surprisingly clean. After I saw that, I was actually worried if this was going to be one of the filthiest filters I've ever seen. I think this is another one here. Let's double check, make sure they're both. Yep, spotless. So at least they're replacing the filters. Now they just need to replace this thing so it won't be flopping around like that. So, you got 3 sets of blinds. This one, where you can still have privacy but still let air in. And see, this is the problem when this thing is broken. It still waves like this because this thing can't be held up because it's broken. Kind of defeats the purpose. So if they fix that, this would be a pretty good setup. And you got another set of these curtains. And then I think these are the... Oh, these are just decorative. Okay, so you only have 2 sets. This is the blackout curtains, and these are just the privacy curtains. I'm going to go ahead and close these, because I have no idea who's watching me, and quite frankly, I don't want to know. It's not bad. Now, for the big thing. I haven't... You know what? This one's closest to the fan, so I'm going to take apart this bed, just to make sure that there aren't any signs of cleanliness issues. Before I do that, let's check under the bed, see if they left me any gifts there. Nope. Clean down there. Clean down there too. It does look like this was vacuumed before I came in, so A+ for that. Now let's see if this bed holds that standard. This isn't by no means a thorough test. This is a good way to check, see if there's bed bug splats. When you sit on the corners of these beds, if there's bed bugs, they'll get squished into the mattress right here and they'll leave little blood marks, and there is no evidence of that whatsoever. Good, so far so good. Now, let's see what this is. This is talking about the on-site restaurant, which actually my family's going to try. If I remember, I'll let you know how it goes in the description. So now, bed, time to take apart the bed. First thing is you have, I think this is a down comforter, and I don't know if this has a duvet cover or not. A duvet cover is like a bag that covers non-washable sheets, and I don't know if these are washable or not, and if they're not, they should be putting a duvet cover over it so it doesn't get dirty. The duvet cover, you wash it between each guest and it keeps it clean. But this looks like a down comforter. This might actually be washable, hence why it doesn't have a duvet cover. And it looks clean. There's no spots or marks or anything on it. And then you have another sheet here, lightweight, which I like to use when it's hot. And it is hot, it's summertime. Got 4 sets of pillows on each bed. These aren't too bad. These are pretty fluffy, squishy. Alright, so these pillows pass. Now I'm going to put these over here because I actually want to pull and see how the mattress looks, see what kind of condition it's in. I'll put this on maybe to add more light. Oh, I didn't even notice. Got these lights here too. This one works, and this one works. So that's great. Pull these back here. So this looks like a protective layer sheet. I sometimes forget the terminology. This one's clean. And this is the mattress cover. Oh, you actually got another protective layer, and this is the mattress cover. You know, this one's pretty hard to get off, but I can kind of see through it. The mattress doesn't appear to be in bad shape, or it doesn't look like it was damaged or hurt by anything. I'm not going to try to take that off. I'm looking pretty closely here, and I'm not seeing a speck of anything. So they definitely do a good job cleaning these beds. And so since this one is not suspect, and I'm not going to be using that bed at all, I'll just leave that one alone, and this will be the bed. So it passes the Jake test. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this back together, and we'll continue in a second. Man, I'm just missing stuff left and right. I didn't realize that there's this bed light right here you can use. Say you're reading a book or something. There's a switch on each side. So I wonder if this is one of those like double LEDs. Oh no, it's just the same switch for either side of the bed. Let's see if this one works. Oh, and then there's artwork here. So yeah, let's sum this all up. First things first, you had solid security measures in place that work. A+ for that. You got this mirror, which is really cool. I've never seen this before, and that's awesome. I've seen them in a house. I've never seen them in a hotel. Oh, we didn't check the toilet. Oops. Okay, we got a bit of cleanliness issues going on here. You probably can't see it. Let me go ahead and put it on the different lens. But there's little specks and smears that I don't think were cleaned off, so someone didn't clean this lid. Despite that, the seat, despite looking a little scratched up, is clean. Yeah, so this lid was not cleaned between guests, or at least not very well, but everything else is fine, so I can live with this. Oh, and we'll see how this works. Alright, 0 problems with that with the exception of this lid. And I don't know what's on it, and I don't want to know. So, yeah. We're missing a few things. We have a few points taken off because of the cleanliness issues. I do have to dock a couple of points. Oh my goodness. Look at all that scuff marking. I'm not sure if that's permanent. Those look like fingerprints. So this rod, while it is sturdy, is not clean very well at all. So the bathroom has some cleanliness issues. And I talked about those already. I'm not going to go back over that. And then you have a broken, window shade thing right here. This is an easy fix, and I can't say for sure if it was just broken by the last guest or if they've just been putting off replacing that. And if you've been putting off replacing these things, that's kind of pathetic. I mean, these are really easy to replace. You can make them yourselves if you didn't want to order it. So that's an issue. Some issues in the bathroom that are pretty minor, but despite that, the rest of the room is in pretty spectacular shape, given it was just renovated a year ago. Now let's test out this TV and see if this will hold the quality. So it's turning on right now. Let's see what channel guides we got. I'm trying to input. No, not input. You want line TV. It looks like there are inputs for HDMI, but I don't think they do anything. Or if they are, we aren't supposed to use it, so I'm not going to try and mess with that. Yeah, so the only one that works here is the line TV, and I guess you have to manually cycle through the channels, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but it's not the end of the world. I'm only here for one night, so if they could just make the channel guide thing work, like you can select the list and not have to scroll through every single channel, got yourself a solid TV there. And I also forgot to mention, I guess housekeeping is going to work out there, but this is the first hotel room that I paid for myself. I paid $148 with a season pass here at Knott's Berry Farm. So that was a discounted rate. And I'm only staying here one night and I'm out the next day. As I said in the beginning, checkout time is noon. And I'm sure I'll be out of here long before that because we're actually going to go to the water park tomorrow. So yeah, that was the Knott Hotel. In relatively decent shape, got minor issues like that and some minor issues in the bathroom. So it's not perfect by any means, but I have certainly seen far, far worse. And at this price point, it's not too bad. So anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed one of my very few hotel tours, and that is it. Sorry, one last thing. I missed this one too. So you get these outlets. I'm not sure if they're on either side of the bed, but this is great, so you can charge your phone by the lampshade rather than having to dig through an outlet behind the table. So, big plus for that one. And, yep, there's one on the side here too. Alright, that's it for real this time.